Good morning, students. This is Swati ma'am from USCity DAV Public School, and today I am here with the punctuation, the remaining part. Yesterday, for class 7, I had discussed some of the points of the punctuatory marks. Okay, now the 4 points I had discussed earlier, and the 4 are remaining. Okay, today we will be dealing with all those. The number 5th is the note of interrogation or question mark. As you can see, students, this is the question mark which we usually put after asking a question. Okay, you are very much used to it. Now, it is used to mark direct questions. What is direct questions? Direct question is, if I am asking to you, what is your name? Where do you live? We will be putting the question marks over here. But always remember, it is not used in indirect speech. Indirect speech means if one is talking to the other and it is about the third person. Suppose I asked her what her name was. This is the speaking of one person to other who is telling that I didn't ask her what her name was. Okay. Likewise, I don't know who he was. This is also of indirect speech. Now, for further inquiry, number 6. At number 6, we can discuss the note of exclamation. The note of exclamation, a line with a dot. You can take a close view. Okay, a line with a dot in it. It is the exclamatory mark which you all must be knowing. Okay, hooray, alas, bravo. These all are the words which use the sudden emotions, feelings are expressed with the exclamatory marks. Okay, it is used after interjections or say exclamatory sentences. Okay, for example, alas, I lost. Okay, likewise, bravo, what a great catch, to show the internal feelings. Now, proceeding further, at 7th we have inverted commas. Look at the structure, how it is done. It is the inverted commas. It is used to mark the exact words of a speaker or a quotation. Okay, students, always remember, the words of a speaker or a quotation is enclosed in the inverted commas. For example, you must hurry, she said. What did she say? The words are enclosed in the inverted commas. Likewise, you can see he requested. What did he request? Give me some money. This is again in the inverted commas. Okay. Now, on number 8, we have the apostrophe. Apostrophe is discussed from class 3rd onward. Then too, some of us make mistake. Okay. The main mark is like this. It is used to show possession. Possession means the ownership, whose it is. Okay. Now, for example, you can see the woman's shoes. Whose shoes are it? They are the woman's. The horse's tail. Whose tail? Horses. We will be putting a apostrophe over here and s will be added. Okay. Likewise, the most important, the use of capital letters. Use of capital letters is very important to learn. Okay. Students, see. To begin a sentence, we use capital letters. Work hard. This will be the W will be the capital. To begin each fresh line of poetry, any poem you can see, even of the small classes or the higher one, you will see the poem lines are always written one by one in capital letters. Okay. Number 3, to begin all proper nouns and adjectives. Okay. You can see example is December and the English language. These are all written in the capital letter. In number D, you will see to write the pronoun. Okay. To write the pronoun I is always written in capital letter. Okay. And interjection O. Oh my God. You can remember? Okay. For degrees, titles. Madam, that is the title. Madam, sir. BCom, that is the degree. You have to write it in capitals. Okay. Now, For interjections and beginning of quotations, again quotations, you can see, oh God, this will be written like this. And the proverb says, out of sight, out of mind. Here even the capital letters are being used. So now the three of the most important things what we will be doing is dash. See, the dash is the a little bit longer one. Okay, a little bit longer line to explain a said thing. We use it. Okay, now I want the following. When we want something from a shopkeeper, we tell them, I want the following, and then a dash is being given and the list is being made. 10 books, 2 pens and a rubber. Okay, now to denote the missing content in between two numbers. Suppose we write 1970 to 1999. What we can see, after 70 to 99, there are many of the numbers missing, but we may know. We can count it. To make the writing smaller, we have used a small dash over here. Okay, like that, starting of a quotation. Again quotation, when the teacher said, a dash, honesty is the best policy. It is the saying. Okay. Now we move further. The dash, after dash, a similar hyphen is used. What is a hyphen? It is used to write numbers in between 21 to 99 in words. You can see a hyphen. Hyphen is a smaller one, smaller dash. Okay, it is written, and you have, when we write the number names, you can understand, or you can recall even the number names between 21 to 99 are written with a hyphen. Again, when using a prefix, when using prefix and vowel repeats, while we are using a prefix, cooperation, operation is the word, we are using the prefix over here, and when the two words are having the similar vowel, we must put a small what here, hyphen over here. Okay, and the last one, in compound and complex words. Compound and complex words are not the simpler one, they are a little bit crucial. Okay, like longer one, sister-in-law, we will be putting 2 over here. Vice principal, we will be putting a hyphen over here. So you can see all the things, all the punctuatory marks I have explained to you, students, and hope you all must be learning it properly and getting benefited. Okay, thank you.